Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brody School of Medicine from the classes of 2016 and 2017. We would now like to take this opportunity to introduce you to our medical school. In the early 1960s, a group of leaders from Eastern North Carolina proposed that a medical school be established at what was then East Carolina College. They were concerned about the deficit of modern medical care available in the region, and about who would replace the generation of physicians then in practice. Over the next decade, these and other men and women, under the determined leadership of the late Dr. Leo W. Jenkins, Chancellor of the college, made the case for their idea to anyone who would listen. The legislature set forth a threefold mission for the ECU School of Medicine. First, to increase the supply of primary care physicians to serve the state. Second, to improve health status of citizens in Eastern North Carolina. And finally, to enhance the access of minority and disadvantaged students to a medical education. Since 1977, when the first class of 22 students enrolled in the four-year School of Medicine, the institution has grown dramatically in its teaching, research, and patient care roles. Today, in its partnership with Vidant Health and regional physicians, the school is the educational centerpiece of one of North Carolina's largest and most productive academic medical centers. In 1999, it was renamed the Brody School of Medicine at East Carolina University in recognition of the continuous support of the Brody family. Now that you have learned a little more about Brody, let's meet some of your future classmates and colleagues.
My name is Nikki Echegoyen. I'm a first year and I'm from Washington, D.C.
My name is Carol and I'm an M1 from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm interested in pediatrics.
My name is Mary Stewart. I'm a first-year medical student here from Wendell, North Carolina, and I'm really interested in surgery. I've been interested in surgery since about high school.
My name is Kristen Everett. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a first-year medical student, and I'm interested in pediatrics.
My name is Stephen Nuns. I'm an M2 at the Brody School of Medicine. I'm originally from Rayford, North Carolina, and I would like to pursue a career in neurology or neurosurgery.
My name is Lindsay Fix. I am an M4, soon to be graduating. I am class president of the class of 2014. I will be going into dermatology at Columbia University in New York City.
What made you want to become a doctor?
I wanted to be a doctor for as long as I can remember. But when I was in high school, I got sick with a kidney disease, and it really showed me that the kind of physician I want to be is someone that takes care of the entire patient.
As cheesy as it sounds, I've always kind of been drawn to medicine. So when I was 4 years old, my routine Thursday night was watching ER, TV show with my mom. I wanted to be George Clooney when I grew up. And then as I got older, I started to volunteer in the hospital and shadow physicians, and I just fell in love with it all over again.
I've wanted to be a doctor for as long as I can remember, but I've wanted to be a surgeon since shadowing in high school. And I started working at an OR and sitting in on surgeries and scrubbing in and learning the process. And I fell in love with it. I like the atmosphere. I like the team. I like the teamwork.
Junior year, I took a trip to Peru, which was a medical mission trip, and it was there that I got to actually treat patients. And I was an undergrad who knew pretty much no medicine, but all of these people were referring to me as doctor and putting their trust in me right off the bat, and it really made me, it convinced me that that was exactly what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
The biggest influence on me deciding I wanted to become a doctor or a pediatrician specifically has been the influence my pediatrician has had on me. And I still call her up today to tell her all the craziness about med school. It was just having someone who I knew was genuinely concerned about me and my well-being and feeling comfortable to tell her anything. And to be able to have that impact on someone else, it's really special and important to me.
I think there are a lot of things that attracted me to Brody. One of the huge things is the small class size, close association with faculty, and I think that one of the special traits of Brody is that it allows people who wouldn't normally be able to pursue medicine to become doctors. And all of us are going on to these amazing fields. It's really given us this chance that most of us would not have been able to pursue.
Why did you pick Brody, or what attracted you about the school that made you want to be here?
That the kind of physician I want to be is someone that takes care of the entire patient. And I think that that's one of the reasons I chose Brody, was because Brody really, I mean, obviously every medical school is going to teach you the things you need to know to become a doctor, the science. But I really felt like Brody also helped, and I really feel like Brody was going to teach us not just how to physically take care of the patient's problems, but also how to take care of the whole patient. It was a lot more about how to treat people rather than just how to treat disease, and that's why I decided to come here.
Well, I actually went to ECU for undergrad, so I've always heard since I was a freshman about Brody and their influence in the community. Brody, I've heard it a lot, and actually it drove my decision to come for undergrad. So when I was looking for where I would go, I looked into the medical school, so I knew about the pediatric program and primary care and that importance for Brody. So I was inspired to come here from that.
So I was drawn to Brody primarily because of the small class size. I went to a small, medium private school in Charlotte for all of my elementary, middle, high school, and really enjoyed getting to know my teachers and all of my classmates. And then going to college, I went to Chapel Hill, and it was much larger and a much different situation. So coming, I kind of missed that smaller, more intimate setting, and Brody really does offer that.
I chose to come to Brody because for the first 2 years after undergrad, I did research here, and I got to learn firsthand the amazing relationship that the faculty has with the students here. Medicine is going to be difficult and challenging no matter where you're studying it, so I chose to come to the school that places the student at the center of everything. At Brody, the faculty, the staff, even your fellow students, all of them are going to work incredibly hard to make sure you succeed and reach your fullest potential.
Also, I think the small class size about Brody is really attractive. I feel like it's easier or more realistic to get to know 80 classmates versus 200 classmates. You really get to know people on a personal level and find out about their personalities, and I feel that makes us a cohesive unit, a cohesive class.
Brody has a very great family atmosphere. You're able to go and talk with professors at any time. They have an open door policy, and even us as a class, we're very close, and you can find yourself hanging out with anyone and it being pretty easy and natural.
What is one thing you have learned in your time at Brody that you will take into your future practice?
You don't have a lot of time in anything that you do. I mean, especially now, you're really pressed for time with studying, with trying to get everything done in one day. But I think that Brody's really taught you that although you don't have a lot of time, you have to use that time well, especially with patients. I want to go into emergency medicine, and wanting to be an ER physician, time is something that you don't really have the luxury of having. But it's really important to ask the right questions so that the time you do get to spend with your patients and the time you do get to spend doing anything is used efficiently. So that's something that I'm definitely going to carry on.
So in being in med school, I've learned that it's important, even though I love what I'm learning and what I'm doing, to take time for myself to do something outside of work. So at this point, school is work. So I need to kind of take time to either hang out with my dog or go see a movie with friends or do something that I enjoy that's for me to help me kind of stay on track and be happy outside of work.
I have learned to treat the patient first and the disease second. The patient and their families and their friends are the most important, and then you can start dealing with the disease. But until then, until you have that communication and clear communication, the treatment will be null and void.
I think something I can take away from my life and from medical school thus far is that you will always learn something different, and that will influence how you act. So before coming to med school, I could say how I'm going to study and how I'm going to do whatever it is that I need to get done, and that could always change. And I think that's important to realize, is that the way you think you may do something will change, and that's okay. And it's okay you have to learn to adapt, and that's the process of life.
Hi everyone, I'm Ian. I'm a second year at the school, and I had the wonderful opportunity of making the video for you. So I really hope you enjoy it, and there's actually one question left. So hang on tight and keep listening.
What words of wisdom would you pass down to the new M1s?
Straight up, it is hard, but you can do it because so many students have done it for you, and you will do it, and so many students will do it after you. So it's hard, don't get me wrong, but it's totally doable, and at Brody you have, I feel, good support to make sure that you accomplish it.
So I'm sure you've all heard it by now at this point, but we really like to stress that Brody is a family atmosphere and that we're all family. And I know when I was going through the application process and hearing that, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, like everybody says that, but it really is true. Our class is very close, we all get along, and we get to know the professors, and everybody really does want you to do the best that you can, and we really do strive to kind of function as a family.
The biggest piece of advice I can give to them one is just get involved as much as you want to. You're going to have so many opportunities here at Brody, whether it be research-based, leadership-based, and everyone is going to help you in any way they can, and you're going to get to really explore exactly what fulfills you in a future career. If you want to shadow a physician, you literally email them and they get back to you and you can shadow. You can do whatever projects you want to. You can literally build Brody into exactly the school you want it to be. Your impact will be felt for as long as you are willing to put the time and work into it. And it'll carry on down to future students.
The second years are going to whoop your butt in powder puff football.
One thing I want to say is that after 4 years of going through the Brody School of Medicine, I've been given opportunities that I never thought I would be able to have. I've had experiences that have been better than anything that I could have imagined. And through Brody and everything that it's given me, I'm able to achieve one of my highest dreams that I never thought was possible. And so just know that you can come to Greenville, North Carolina, study in a small class with really close association with all of your faculty, all of the doctors in the hospital, and you can go anywhere you want in the nation, and you can pursue any dream that you have. And this is an amazing place to study, and I think everyone should come here.